My name is Gina Visram and I'm a career development coach. Now, I have a few top tips for you today, and they're mainly around goal setting. And that's because that's something that we do in daily life, actually whether to do with your career or otherwise. And I guess one of the first things that I would say is something that always comes up around New Year's, which is consider changing your language. Now, when you think of goals, when you think of resolutions, it's often something that can happen, might not happen, but if you use a word like a promise, if you think about promises, suddenly it seems a lot more serious, something that you don't want to let yourself down on. So while I'm talking about goals, if you remember that it's a promise that you're making to yourself, that's something that should help you get where you want to go. Now, one of the other things that's really important is smart goal setting, or promise setting as the case may be. And that really means don't be ambiguous. Don't give yourself get out of jail free cards. All you need to do is make sure you are setting a SMART goal, which is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time specific. So if you tell yourself that you are working towards a promotion, that's fantastic. When are you working towards it by? Do you want to start your own business? That's brilliant. When are you going to start doing the research? All of that is really key in making sure that you get where you want to. Another tip I have for you is really not to be too hard on yourself. It's important to remember that you won't necessarily get what you want to achieve immediately. And that just means if it's taking you a while to find a job, or if it's taking you a while to get that promotion, just remember that as long as you're working towards it, you're on the right track. And one of the things that I tend to advise my clients is, if you're doing something where you really feel like you're stuck in a rut, consider doing something else for a while. Now, I'm not saying stop focusing on that specific goal or promise to yourself. What I am saying is allow yourself to do something that you love at the same time. Start a project, get involved in a committee, do something that really lights your fire, really makes you light up, because it's important that you're really happy at the same time. If you start to focus on the negative in what it is that you're focusing on, the negative is what you'll continue to see. And I'll give you an example. Right now you're in front of your computer watching this video, but next time you leave the house, maybe consider looking for people wearing black tops. If you look for them, you'll see them absolutely everywhere, and it doesn't mean that there are more of them than you'd ordinarily see. It just means that what you're looking for, you find. So when you feel yourself getting into a negative frame of mind over your job hunt, over where you are in your small business, you don't have enough clients, whatever it might be, do whatever you need to do to focus on the positive. And if that's an outlet, like a passion, a hobby, going to a dance class, do whatever it takes, get yourself in a positive frame of mind, and you'll be that much closer. One of the sets of clients that I work with who always tend to give themselves a side project are newlyweds. And that's really just because they've recently completed the biggest project that they've ever worked on, their wonderful wedding day. And instead of allowing themselves to get into too much of a post-wedding slump where you feel a little bit like, I've had a wonderful day, I have a wonderful husband, but what's next? Working on a project in the same way that I guess you may have worked on your wedding is something that works really well for these sort of clients. Likewise, if you're in the corporate world and you're looking to achieve your next goal, working on another project gives you a bit of an outlet, and that will help you stay positive and keep focused on what you're looking to achieve.